2, 1. On your screen is a live view of Falcon 9 awaiting its 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time launch from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Good evening, and welcome to our launch coverage of COSMO-SkyMed second generation FM2 for our customer Thales Alenia Space. My name is Jesse Anderson, and I'm a production engineering manager for Falcon here at SpaceX, and I'm joining you today from our SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. Our payload today, COSMO-SkyMed, is the first Earth observation constellation of satellites operated for both civilian and military purposes to help monitor monitor the environment, including the prevention and management of natural disasters. It's an Italian satellite constellation owned by the Italian Space Agency and the Ministry of Defense. Now, we'll have more on the capabilities of COSMO-SkyMed a bit later in the webcast. And for those of you who have been following along, you'll know that we had to stand down from our first 3 attempts earlier this week due to unfavorable weather at the launch site. But however, as you can see on your screen, we've got some great weather and some clear skies. Unfortunately, we do have a no-go on the range at the moment. The Coast Guard is in contact with a cruise liner that is heading towards a no-go zone, and they're working on clearing the area. So we'll get an update on that in just a few minutes from now. But in the meantime, let's take a moment to get more familiar with the Falcon 9 rocket that you see on your screen.
115.
Our 2-stage liquid-fueled launch vehicle stands 70 meters tall, which is equivalent to the wingspan of a 747 jet. The bottom 2/3 of the vehicle are what we call the first stage. Now, this is the portion of the vehicle that's covered with soot from its previous 2 Falcon Heavy flights in 2019. Last year, 29 of our 31 launches were flown on flight-proven first stages, or in other words, over 90% of our launches last year were on first stages that had flown before. The first stage's primary role is to accelerate all the way to the edge of space with the help of 9 Merlin engines. And then there, it will drop off the second stage, which has the payload attached.
I won't do that.
Now, the first stage will then make its way back to Earth, where we will attempt to recover it back on land at Landing Zone 1, and there is a beautiful view of Landing Zone 1 there with some clear skies again. Now, if you turn your attention to the section above Stage 1 and the black carbon fiber interstage, you'll see Falcon 9's second stage. About 2.5 minutes into flight, these stages will separate from each other, and the second stage will ignite its single Merlin vacuum engine to carry itself and the COSMO-SkyMed satellite to a polar sun-synchronous orbit. The COSMO-SkyMed satellite is safely enclosed inside of the payload fairing, which is that large nose cone structure at the very top of the rocket that you can see there on your screen. The fairing halves we are using today are flight-proven, and we'll be attempting to recover them again once they make their way back down to Earth. Now we are approaching the T-minus 12-minute mark until liftoff. The Falcon 9 team began their final checks at T-minus 2 hours, and most recently we completed the ground team poll to proceed with propellant load and launch at T-minus 38 minutes. Now, we begin prompt loading at T-minus 35 minutes, and Falcon 9 is a bipropellant vehicle. That means that we use 2 propellants, a fuel and an oxidizer. For Falcon 9, our fuel is a refined form of kerosene, which we call RP1, or rocket propellant 1. Our oxidizer is a super chilled liquid oxygen, and that's what we call densified LOX. So when it's fully fueled, Falcon 9's first and second stage combine to carry over 1.1 million pounds of propellant. And we'll burn through most of that in the 8.5 minutes that it takes to land the stage and get the second stage into its initial orbit. Now, currently, fuel loading is complete on the second stage, while loading continues on first stage until about T-minus 6 minutes. Liquid oxygen is still loading on both first and second stages as we speak.
I would live stream.
Now, with that, the vehicle and the weather look really amazing today. We're still keeping an eye on the range in regard to that cruise liner, and we should have an update here shortly.
T-minus 10 seconds on the clock.
Now, as mentioned earlier, our mission today is COSMO-SkyMed second generation FM2 for our customer Thales Alenia Space. The constellation is owned by the Italian Space Agency and Ministry of Defense. The dual-purpose network is composed of 4 identical satellites of the first generation, launched in orbit between 2007 and 2010, which will gradually be replaced by the second generation ones, improving efficiency and capability in areas such as nation security and planetary preservation. The first satellite of the second generation was launched in 2019, and today will be the second generation satellite to launch. To help us better understand the capabilities of the COSMO-SkyMed constellation, here's an explanation from the Italian Space Agency's President and Head of Programs Directorate.
The COSMO-SkyMed second generation is a constellation of 4 satellites equipped with a synthetic aperture payload able to acquire images in any part of the Earth's surface with an unprecedented resolution and image quality. The COSMO-SkyMed satellites, like the optical systems, are able to operate during the night and in presence of clouds. This is thanks to the specific frequency used for the acquisition. The antenna is totally new and is able to acquire simultaneously images at a very big distance between them, and the data acquired contain a lot of new information with respect to the past generation. For the better use of the satellites and the exploitation of data, we have developed a new control center and processing center in Italy. This will enable the development of new science and new services application for the benefit of citizens, institutions, and entrepreneurs.
COSMO-SkyMed constellation is not only a very important technical instrument in the field of Earth observation, but is also an important support to the strategy of Italy to international collaboration. Thanks to COSMO-SkyMed over the years, and even more will be in the future with the enlargement of the constellation, we can establish collaboration with other countries to share the use of data provided by the constellation and to enlarge the coverage of the planet with other instruments offered by partners. I'm talking about so far, for example, Argentina. We plan in the future to do collaboration with Israel and so on. Also very important is the fact that we use COSMO-SkyMed as third-party contributor to the Copernicus program of the European Space Agency and the European Union. In this way, we offer important strategic and precious data to collect with our constellation, also to other partners, to other producers of data for the benefit of Europe and the rest of the world.
Thales Alenia Space is our customer for tonight's mission, as well as the prime contractor responsible for the entire system. Here are a few words from their CEO, as well as the CEO of Telepazio, which designed and built critical ground and in-orbit support and operations.
The launch of COSMOS second generation second satellite is a cornerstone in the entire COSMO-SkyMed program. The program started in 2007 with the launch of the first satellite of the first generation. Thales Alenia Space is the prime contractor, and we are proud to bring to space new systems, architecture, technologies, and operational capabilities. Full polarization of the sensor enabled to sense the Earth with unprecedented performance. Agility of the platform is really important to add new operational modes, and ultra-fine resolution is extremely important to monitor the planet. COSMO-SkyMed is a key program to monitor our planet, to sustain new services and applications, to bring information about the evolution of our planet.
For COSMO-SkyMed second generation, Telespazio provides digital ground segment, integrated logistics support, and maintenance in operating condition. Right after the launch, we will take care of the injection of the satellite in the final orbit and in-orbit testing. Through IGEOS, our subsidiaries that we have established with the Italian Space Agency, we have in charge the receiving, the processing, and the distribution of data worldwide. COSMO-SkyMed second generation is a true generational leap in technology. Through its performances, we will feed our applications, and it will be a great contribution for the sustainability of the environment.
We are currently at T-minus 5.5 minutes from liftoff of the Falcon 9 carrying the COSMO-SkyMed satellite, and we're progressing into the final stages of the launch countdown. And again, we are keeping an eye on the range. The Coast Guard is working on clearing out a cruise liner from the no-go zone at the moment. Now, next up, we will see the retraction of the trusted structure next to the vehicle known as the transporter erector, or the TE. And that is that structure to the left of the vehicle that you see on your screen. And in preparation for retraction, the TE clamps will open, and then it will begin to pull away from the rocket just slightly. And at T0, ground hydraulic systems will pull the TE even farther away from Falcon 9 as it lifts off.
Okay, so I'm back. So 5 minutes, T-minus 5 minutes, and we have engine trim about to experience strong back retract. And in about T-minus 1 minute, we're going to have startup, which means that the rocket is going to rely on its own computer systems, and then you'll have liftoff. So this flight is as stated by the SpaceX teams. This flight is for the Italian space agency COSMO-SkyMed. It's for F2 mission. This mission will provide into a low orbit, helping the Italian space agency and the fellow people of the European country able to I have not that words. Well, honestly, if you want this in a more easier form, it means that this satellite is going to provide amazing services to the people of Italy and the people of Europe. I said it wrong there. So, I'll be back at T-minus 2 minutes when we're close to startup. And after that, I will be back. And here I will communicate with you about today's. And then I'll be back all the way to liftoff, Matthew, Miko, boost back, and fit. And yeah, all the things. And that's basically all there. And I think that's a go for launch. So, yeah, go for launch. I'll be back at T-minus 2.
You can see a little bit of white clouds around the vehicle. Now that's created when our propellant oxidizer, that super chilled liquid oxygen, comes in contact with the warmer air around it and condenses the air around it. At T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will be in startup. And this means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers have taken over the launch countdown. And then just inside the T-minus 2 second mark, we'll light those Merlin 1D engines for liftoff. Now, the COSMO-SkyMed satellite continues to be healthy, and the Falcon 9 team still tracking that the range with the Coast Guard with that cruise liner in the no-go zone. If for that reason we do not launch today, we do have a backup opportunity tomorrow at the same time, but weather is still looking amazing over there at the Cape. So with that, we're proceeding into the last couple minutes of the terminal count.
Stage 2, LOX float is complete.
There's that call out.
A little late, but T-minus 2 minutes have passed. And now, slowly but surely, we will experience liftoff. Startup will experience the T-minus 1 minute. Okay, so T-minus 20 seconds, T-minus 1 minute and 20 seconds.
And around T-minus 1 minute.
T-minus 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Countdown. And the flight computers
T-minus 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Prepare the vehicle for flight.
T-minus 1 minute. Startup has begun. The Falcon 9's flight computers have taken control of the countdown.
We have Falcon 9 in startup.
I will leave you until 10 seconds until the countdown has begun.
Hold, hold, hold. Boarding the launch auto. Launch director calling a hold. We have a red range for a fouled range with a ship in the hazard area.
We have a hold. We have a hold on the rocket.
tomorrow. The vehicle is still healthy, the payload is healthy, everything was looking good for an on-time liftoff today, aside from the range. So we will try one more time tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay, that was it. You had to hold on the launch vehicle, and that's all. The countdown has stopped. Oh, come on! Seriously, man! I hate these people. Come on. Jesus. Jesus, I hate these people. Okay, I just heard it. I freaking hate these people. Who? Why? Okay, I have something to edit now. Like, freaking why? Scrub. I hate these people so much. But that's life. So honestly, there's nothing to review here. It's just that we just had a scrub. I'm just gonna. The countdown will say in just a few seconds. Scrub. That's it. That's scrub. So that honestly, that wasn't surprising, but no one wanted that to happen. No one in the life of Jesus Christ wanted that to happen. But we just had a scrub. Okay, well, yeah. Well, I guess I have to sign off now. I'm gonna edit my live stream, okay? I'm gonna edit my live stream, okay? And I'm gonna say scrub. That's it. Scrub. Don't scrub. Save. Okay, there's it. Scrub. I guess I have to sign off now, so as always, basin, peace out. Bye bye.